Welcome to DC's Got Talent. I'm Myrna Sparks, Diva Dame.
And I'm Ricardo Bailey, Rick Rule.
And we're DC's Got Talent television show.
And we keep our ear to the heartbeat of entertainment. Welcome.
Tonight we have a very special guest, Mr. Lance London, the owner, entrepreneur of Carolina Kitchen. Mr. London, welcome to the show.
Oh, it's great to be here. Great to be here.
Very privileged to have you.
Yes, ma'am.
I heard you just flew in.
Yeah, I just got back in from a design trip, looking for some great, new, interesting things to put in some new restaurants that we're opening.
New
Wonderful.
restaurants.
Great.
Pray tell.
Great.
Oh, wonderful.
Mr. London, your trip that you just came back from, you just said you were looking for some interesting designs to put into some of your future stores that you're embarking upon to open. Have you ever considered looking into China? Because I hear now a lot of American businessmen are going to China because the resources and the materials that they can buy is a lot cheaper than here in the States.
You know, it's funny you should say that. I haven't thought about going to China, but I thought about China as a place to get resources. But for the restaurant industry, the industry that I'm in,
Right.
you know, I can make a short trip right to New York City, Chicago, and find interesting art pieces and different things to place in the restaurant and different materials, you know, that I go to purchase and make what we call, you know, the banquettes that you sit on.
Yes,
find
I
all that
understand.
right in New York. So,
Okay, cool, brother. Okay, I just thought I'd ask because, you know, it's a global market today in business. Myrna, I digress to you.
Well, you must be quite an avid shopper, a
Oh.
connoisseur
Yeah,
of interior design as well.
very much so.
All right.
You know, a lot of things that I actually do as it relates to the restaurant business. I think that people are really, really interested in sitting in an environment that's beautiful when they're eating. So I take my designs very seriously when it comes to opening up a new restaurant.
Well,
And I can contest to that because we've been in your restaurants. I've been to the one at Magic Johnson Mall. I don't know if I'm saying that correctly since he sold it, but we've also been to the one in PG Plaza.
Yes, sir.
And they are beautiful.
Thank you so much.
I commend
appreciate
you.
that.
I commend you.
And that is the Magic Johnson Cinema is next door to my one at the Capitol Center Boulevard.
That's what I meant to say.
And,
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Cap
and that's,
Boulevard, exactly.
Yes, sir. And that's right near the stadium where the Redskins play.
Correct.
Also, we're near another theater in Hyattsville, Maryland.
Right.
It's in the World 14. The World 14 Theater is right adjacent to my restaurant there.
Okay.
And that's the Carolina, well, the one by the Capitol Center Boulevard, that one is called the Carolina Kitchen. And the one that's next to the World 14 Theaters in Hyattsville, Maryland, that's called the Carolina Kitchen Bar and Grill.
Oh, okay.
And the only difference in the two, the Capitol Center Boulevard location is more like an express location. You can come in, grab the food and go, kind of like, you know, not really my competitors, but Boston Market is kind of like that, but it has a sit-down component. Whereas the Hyattsville location, the Carolina Kitchen Bar and Grill, has a beautiful bar. It also has private rooms and places where you can have parties and events.
Correct.
It sits a lot more people. But it also has that same component, what I like to call the inside curbside pickup.
Oh, right.
Okay.
You know, and it's
Could
kind
you
of
expound on that a little further, please?
well, you know, the restaurant industry found a new, I'll say, element or a new vehicle, if you will, to bring in more business. And I think it started with some of the fast casual restaurants, kind of like Ruby Tuesdays, Applebee's, and Fridays. Had something called the curbside pickup, where people could not only just come in and sit down, whereas they also knew they could come in and carry out. But some people, you know, they don't have that much time during the course of their day, so they can call in the order and they bring the food right out to the curbside and give it in your car. So I took that interesting concept to another level. What I did was I created what we call a beautiful. It's called a carryout. A beautiful carryout with Italian glass, giant forks and spoons, in an area where people can come into the restaurant. They have to get out of the car and come in, grab something wonderful food that you would normally get in a 5-star restaurant, through a carryout, and leave. And if you look around the corner, it's this beautiful restaurant that they can go and actually get a waitress or a waiter and sit down and have an enjoyable dinner.
Well, it seems that the one in Hyattsville is your showpiece.
Well, you know what, to be honest with you, they're actually both a beautiful restaurant. Hyattsville location is larger. But if you notice when you come into the Hyattsville location, it looks just like the Largo location right when you first come in. Except because it's the bar and grill, it has a bar, private rooms, and a big dining hall,
Right.
a larger dining hall,
Right.
to that
Beautiful.
way. So
Well, I can say that we were very privileged to be there for your holiday event, your
Oh,
annual
yeah.
holiday party.
Yes,
we
indeed.
had a blast.
I'm glad you did.
It was off the chain.
Yeah.
It really was.
Food
Yeah,
was
yeah.
superb.
Thank you.
And speaking of the food, what is your cuisine, or what's your staple term for the type of food
You know,
serve?
a lot of people would like to call it soul food,
Right.
and we really know in our heart that it does come from the soul, and
Right.
we know that African Americans brought this type of food to our country from Africa.
Exactly.
But what we've done is we realized it evolved to what we call Southern cuisine,
Okay.
and now they have a tendency to call it low country.
Low
country.
country.
Oh,
All
that's a new term on
kinds
me.
of different
Okay. Low
terms that
country.
you utilize. But at the end of the day, it's comfort food.
Right.
So
Okay.
you can call it any of those terms, but these kind of foods, like when Africans came over, a lot of them came over and they started bringing some of their own food over, and a lot of food like fried chicken.
Right.
You with me?
Wow.
Of course, you can't have a low country restaurant without having Southern fried
Exactly.
chicken.
True that.
Exactly.
But we have smothered chicken and gravy. We also have rotisserie chicken.
Right.
We also have, of course, we have collard greens, but we also have spinach,
Exactly.
buttered cabbage, macaroni and cheese.
Exactly.
But then we have Chilean sea bass. See, we take
Oh, yeah.
we have American
Yeah.
cuisine. I like to tell people we're
cuisine,
American
too.
cuisine restaurant, just so happen to have a little Southern cuisine in there.
Yes, that's
So we
wonderful.
have also the best Creole salmon, the sweet salmon over mashed potatoes.
Right.
And it also has shrimp, crab meat, and a Creole sauce pulled and smothered all over top of
Yeah.
it. It comes with collard greens, macaroni and cheese, and butter, honey, cornbread.
Oh,
Oh
my
my
goodness.
goodness,
You
you're
know,
making it
it's
sound
all
great.
kinds.
Oh, yeah, yeah,
It's a
you're
lot
making
of
us
stuff,
hungry,
man.
brother. Yeah,
Fried
for real.
croaker.
Yeah.
We have like 6 different types of fish.
Wow.
We have, of course, mom's meatloaf.
Okay.
And my restaurant, my grandmother basically inspired me to open a restaurant. Her name was Pearl Pierce.
Okay.
Mom Pearl, we called her.
Right, right.
Miss Pierce, my grandma.
Right, right.
She cooked for the church. And after church, every Sunday, everybody came over to her home and they ate the most delicious food. I mean, to this day, I have nightmares about how great her food was.
Oh, my goodness.
And when I told my grandma, when I came home from college,
Yeah.
I told my grandmother, your cobblers are so incredible. I think that the world needs to taste these
Exactly.
cobblers.
Oh, wow.
And I'm
Exactly.
going to say this. It wasn't just her cobblers. There was so many things that she cooked. It's amazing to me.
Right.
So I took the cobblers and I said, Grandma, I'm going to sell these cobblers to restaurants.
Yeah.
Oh.
And I'm going to start
That's a good
my
idea.
own business.
Okay.
My grandma said, no problem, baby. You go ahead. You go ahead and take Grandma's
Yeah,
cobblers
yeah,
out
yeah.
there and see what you can do with them.
Exactly.
I believe in you.
Oh,
You know.
that's sweet.
So I
Yeah.
took the cobblers
Yeah.
and I took them out and I let a restaurant taste them.
Right.
And I say, look, these cobblers my grandma made. I can produce these cobblers, and you know what? You're gonna sell them like crazy. I'll give you one for free.
Right.
And let your customers taste it. You
Yeah.
let me know what they say, and you tell me what you need for an order. I went to the next person, next restaurant. I ended up getting 20 restaurants saying that they wanted to take the actual cobblers,
That's
the apples
phenomenal.
and the peach.
That's wonderful.
There was one problem.
Yeah, what was that?
My grandmother had a little kitchen.
Oh, my God. So you
And
couldn't
grandma
turn them
said,
out fast enough.
baby, I can't cook these cobblers fast enough. I like
Yeah.
the fact people love the cobblers, but
Right.
we couldn't produce them fast
Right,
enough.
right.
And so years later, I started my own concept,
All right.
own a restaurant. And of course, she started off with me in the beginning. Up in her 80s, she helped
Right.
me at the very beginning, and then she never got to see the company grow like it is today.
And when you spoke of our African ancestors who came here and they started, cooking on the plantations and they came up with all these recipes that were later, taken from them because they couldn't patent anything themselves or
Right.
start anything. Makes me think of New Orleans. And
Right.
now I'm going to jump you here for a second, and I'm going to say to you that I've been down 8th Street and I've seen a building, I think it says Sweet Charleston.
Yes, sir.
Now, would that tie into that Louisiana flair type of thing?
Yes, well, Sweet Charleston is basically the big brother, going to end up being the little brother
Right.
of the Carolina Kitchen.
Right.
Except, or sister, Sweet Charleston is a concept that I've created to open up, it's scheduled to open up late spring, early summer.
Right. Oh,
great.
It's a 3-level building, right?
Yes.
3
It's
bars
beautiful,
and a
too.
rooftop. That was gorgeous.
I've seen
a
it, yeah.
retractable roof. It's down there on Capitol Hill. You can see the monument. You
Yeah,
can see
brother.
the Capitol
Very
from the
nice.
rooftop. It's going to be low country food,
Yeah.
but I'm going to add a little twist to it. It's going to have a Louisiana low country flair
Okay.
with a lot of seafood.
Oh,
So we're
okay.
going to have
great.
shucked oysters. We're going to have all kinds of
What
seafood.
about little crawfish, bro?
Oh, we're gonna have little crawfish.
Little crawfish.
We're gonna, of course, we're gonna have some low country.
Right.
And we're gonna have all kinds of salads and a
Wonderful.
wonderful drink menu
That's
too
really
at the
nice.
bars. With 3 bars, we have
Right.
a 2-line.
Correct.
Ma'am. Yes, I have a new Carolina kitchen.
Right.
My first Carolina kitchen.
Wow.
And you know what? During this whole interview, we've never said the name of my restaurant.
Carolina
Are you
Kitchen.
sure? Carolina
Never
Kitchen.
said the name
All
of
right,
my
Carolina
restaurant.
Kitchen.
Yeah, but we
gotta
saying
say
it
the
now,
Carolina
brother. We got to
Kitchen.
say Carolina Kitchen in the house, Mr. Lance
That's right.
London.
You know what? If y'all here watching and we're talking about all these wonderful these food items and you're getting hungry, I know you're sitting out there saying, what's the name of the restaurant?
Yeah.
It's called the Carolina Kitchen, where you get your chicken.
All right,
Okay.
brother. That's
And a lot
what's
of
up.
other wonderful things. But
Yeah.
the Carolina Kitchen was started in downtown Silver Springs
Right.
and evolved to a restaurant we opened up again. We talked about next to the Magic Johnson Theaters. And then
Exactly.
also we opened up right in Hyde, and that's in Largo, Maryland, Hyattsville, Maryland, the Carolina Kitchen Bar and Grill. Now we opened our first Carolina Kitchen in the Washington, D.C., right inside of, well, we're in the Washington, D.C. area, but
Right.
Washington, D.C.,
See,
which we're
yeah.
absolutely excited about. This Carolina Kitchen is going to be in Rhode Island Row. It's the name of the shopping center.
Right.
It's a lot of wonderful stores and shops. You know, D.C. is probably one of the only places in the country where the cranes never stop moving.
Never
Yeah.
stop
The
moving,
cranes
brother.
never stop
Never,
moving.
never stop.
And the evolution of DC turning into, I guess, the showcase of America as it relates to business,
True.
as it relates
True
to
that.
beautiful homes,
Exactly.
high-rise buildings, low-rise buildings.
Yeah.
It's limitless.
Yes.
Well, because of that, I'm so excited about not only having Sweet Charleston's on 8th Street where
Right.
the trolley cars
Yeah.
are coming up
Right.
and down, but also having not far away my very first Carolina Kitchen as well
Oh,
in
that's
Rhode
wonderful.
Island Road. So we're excited. It's a brand new
wonderful.
condo over top of us.
Yes, it is. I've
And,
seen them.
yeah, it's
Gorgeous.
beautiful.
I think
Oh,
they're
wow.
being built by the Bizzuto brothers, I believe.
No, I'm not sure.
that?
No,
Okay.
sir.
Okay.
I
Throw a
don't
sign
know
out
if
there,
they want me to
say
tell
that.
who building, but
You don't
it's,
have to.
it's an
Okay.
incredible company
Right,
that's
right,
building.
Okay.
It's not the Bizzuto brothers, but
Okay.
it is incredible.
Yeah.
A powerful company that's building,
Okay.
and they're doing a great job.
Wonderful,
Great
wonderful.
And when is that
Wonderful.
expected to open?
job. Late spring, early summer.
So you have 2 openings this year.
Yes,
Man,
yes.
that's so
2012.
cool.
And it's right. And then the one
Wonderful.
thing in common with all my restaurants, right by a
Right.
subway station.
Oh, yeah.
Exactly.
Oh,
Now,
that's
this
gonna
one
be
sits on top
wonderful.
of a subway station
Right.
Oh, my
in a
goodness.
beautiful apartment. We're going to be condo, but they're now apartment complex.
Right.
The most beautiful apartment complexes in town, right there on Rhode
Wonderful.
Island
It's
Avenue.
gonna be fabulous.
Oh, I'm excited.
Well, I
That's
hear,
great.
and I did a little research, I hear that you may be opening a place in Chinatown as well.
Yeah, we're waiting for
9,000
the-
square feet.
Yes, ma'am. We're waiting for that last location to get confirmation as far as the building being done.
Okay.
Once the time, I can't give a time
Right.
Right.
because it's a building, a process of the developer building the building before we can even go in and do our construction.
Right.
But that'll be probably in 2013,
Oh, right.
late 13, early 14.
Wonderful.
So we're really excited about
That's
that
gonna
as
be
well.
really. Is it going to have the Carolina Kitchen name, or is it going to have a new name
Oh, that's
as well?
gonna be Carolina Kitchen.
Okay.
Carolina Kitchen
That's
is
gonna be.
where it's
I would like to open at least 4 locations in Washington
Okay.
D.C.
Okay.
And of course, where we started at, which is downtown Silver Springs.
Right.
Right.
We had a
Yeah.
fire.
Yeah.
We want to go back to downtown. We
I was
love
going to
Silver
ask you
Springs.
that. Did you
Oh.
want
You
to
know,
go back?
Yeah.
Did you
Every
wanna
time I
back?
go to Silver Springs,
Yeah.
I get excited because I watch the evolution of Silver Springs.
Right.
And where it is right now is phenomenal. Silver Springs is absolutely
I
incredible.
believe that. Oh my goodness.
Great.
Well,
It's
that, I
wonderful.
see that does not deter you. 2000 was it 2004 when you had the fire?
Yes,
in Silver
ma'am.
Spring.
Yes, ma'am.
So a
2004.
year later or so, you rebuilt at the Cap Center,
Yes, ma'am.
the Boulevard.
Yes,
That's
ma'am.
excellent.
Exactly right.
So how did you develop your love? You're saying at the skirts of your grandmother, her cooking. Is that what developed your love of food and going into the restaurant business, or how did you really get started?
I'll say yes, no, and yes.
Okay.
And where did your competitive
know?
spirit come from?
Yeah.
Well, that's a good question too. Now we got 2 questions coming at the same time, and I'm gonna hit you with the answers in the
Okay.
order they came in.
Hit 'em.
All right. Hit us.
Okay. Yes, no, and yes. Yes, my grandmother inspired me because she cooked the most incredible everything, including breakfasts, I must say. Okay. But the way I really learned how to cook, 2 things that taught me how to cook. One, my dad used to cook for my mother.
Right.
And he jumped up and cooked all the time. And I watched him do it, so I knew it was important for a man to cook for a woman.
Right.
So I learned how to cook, okay? And they allowed me to cook. He allowed me to cook with him. And when I went to Morgan State University, you know what? One of the greatest ways to meet young ladies was say, hey, when we get together tonight, I'll cook you dinner.
Okay.
So I learned how to cook that
All
way.
right, that's
Cool.
smart.
You know? Right,
That's
okay.
great.
So that's
great.
That's that. And
And
then
the
my
rest is history.
competitive spirit came from me being an athlete. I played
okay.
football, and I was an All-American wrestler.
I thought
and
Yeah.
by doing those
Sports.
things, sports is a great tool as it relates to business.
Yeah.
If you really are competitive as it relates to sports and you do well in sports, most likely you're going to do really well in business.
Okay, wonderful. Well, that's good to know. That's where you got your competitive spirit, and we love having you as a guest on our show.
Yes,
Yes,
man.
ma'am.
Is
This
there
was
anything?
an honor.
It was a great honor and a privilege. Is there anything else you want to leave with the audience that they should know?
Well,
watch for?
if you're out there and you want to start your own business, I want to tell you that I'm developing a documentary on how to start your own restaurant.
Oh,
one.
wonderful. We'll be looking
and
forward to
two,
that.
doesn't matter where you're at, it matters where you're going to be.
Yeah.
And lastly, once, maybe twice in a lifetime, an opportunity comes along and can change your whole entire
Oh,
life. And if you
wonderful.
pass 30 years of age, most likely the first opportunity is already surpassed you.
Okay.
But the $1 million question is, will you know it when you see it? God bless you.
God
and we'll
bless
see
you
you
all.
at the top.
Yes,
See you at the
thank you
top.
so much.
God bless.
Peace be
Thank
with
you
you, my
so
brother.
much. It was wonderful.
You the man,
Great.
Mr. Lance.
Thank you, Mr. Lance. We appreciate
We
it.
appreciate you, brother.
We'll
Yes,
talk to you.
indeed.
All right, DC Got Talent. You contain knowledge that no one else can relate to or comprehend unless he or she takes the initiative to at least open you up, turn the channel, and then hear you out. You can take one through many emotional changes. You can make them cry when they're happy, laugh when they're sad. You can be mysterious, persuasive, and even convincing when you're at your best. But yet, according to your movement, you can somehow bend to reach those personalities that no one else has looked quite far enough to handle. You can be put on a shelf with others, that's your video, or stored away in isolation and still contain all of your knowledge and information within you without discomfort or hesitation. To be born black is to be born a gifted child of the universe, and you will survive always because DC got talent. You can face yourself. You see, you are groovy birds, and the rhythm of your wings are endless. And to the black kings and she's that rose and rise like the sun over Africa, they were strong, proud, and fearless. We said, peace to you all, long live those warriors in their search for liberation. You are soldiers for justice, freedom fighters, diamonds you are, as we is love, as God is poetry. God is poetry. He is pure purity. He is naturally natural. He is life and laughter and song and dance. He is holiday and hathaway, and oh, how their hearts flew. So on cloudy days when sunsets can't be seen, remember what she meant when she pleaded, God bless the child, or why he cries the blues, though he was young, gifted, and black. It's so hard to be earthbound when your dreams are aching to challenge the high tide of a revolutionary wind. And it's real hard to remain terrestrial, to stand still, when your skin remembers being a bird and your heart soars back and forth in its ribcage. That is me, that is we, that is love, that is God. That is DCTV, and that's poetry. Thank you.
And welcome to DC's Got Talent Showcase. We're now welcoming Mr. Adonis Cunningham. Adonis, to the stage, please.
Can we address the matter at hand? Too many black brothers in the coroner van. And the narcotics so in demand, seem like the world is high. Nobody's coming down again. Listen, we need a detox early before it's too late. It's a state of emergency, every single state. Bloods and Crips banging, minors on strips hanging, police locking us up. What are we gaining? Judge giving run-on sentences, that's bad grammar. A lot of questions true, no real answers. What happened to Black Power? You remember Black Panthers? Women getting their degrees, but they lap dancing. They're making cures for sex, but what about cancer? I'm surrounded by garbage, I feel like Fred Sanford. Change is imminent and so in demand, and the only thing left to say is yes, we can. Put your fist up on each and every hand, every boy, every girl, every woman, every man. If you sit and take a stand, the future's in our hands. It's so depressing. The world's in a recession. I mean, times is hard. Everybody got questions, vexed on a quest in a random direction. Seeing money, Can't seem to make a connection. Generation X, every night mom stressing. Looking in her kids' room, always checking. Babies having babies cause they failed to use protection. Son got killed cause he gave up that confession. Pop killed the culprit and he got lethal injection. It's all hard to swallow, think I got indigestion. Life for a life, it's a sad, sad lesson. You live past 25. Count your blessings. Whatever don't kill you make you stronger. It's not about your gender, nor your genre, not even your complexion, local or foreigner. It's about getting your foot in before they close the door on you. Say yes, we can. Put your fist up on each and every hand. Every boy, every girl, every woman, every man. If you sit and take a stand, the future's in our hands. Martin Luther had a dream. Ray Charles had a vision. Rosa Parks showed persistence. Kept on sitting. They said closest thing to black president was Clinton. Till Obama got elected, then it changed in an instant. Pac had the right idea before death row, and Big said the sky was the limit. That was his last quote. Now preachers talk about faith, and that's hope. But haters want you to believe it's a big hoax. You're only big as your ambitions. Get motivated. Don't focus on material things, they overrated. I used to think it was money that represents who made it. Then I realized it was perseverance through life stages. From the teenager hustling for his fam, the mama with 4 kids and bills with no man. We all in the struggle. Trust me, I understand. But failure is not an option. Yes, we can. Thank y'all.
More of DC's Talent Showcase, Miss Isin.
The year is 2012, and I'm feeling real good, like, like, here we go. Say, hey baby, I see you sitting over there, looking all sad and lonely, but I think I got the solution to your confusion. Come on over here with me. I'ma take you on a ride. Is that alright? You're looking for the exit sign, but you got nowhere to go. Don't you worry, you'll be fine. Ain't no need to put on a show. Say, nah, nah. Don't you move on this groove. But whatever you do, don't you get caught wearing blue up in the place or for your face. Oh, watch what I do. I got on the cool and nothing but my red lipstick. Oh, nothing but my red lipstick. Oh, nothing but my red lipstick. Oh, nothing but my red lipstick. Nothing but my red lipstick. Ooh, nothing but my red lipstick on. Nothing but it on. Ooh, brick red icebox. You look hot, but your vibe's not. See, I'm here to inspire you. The only thing required is your girl. Nah, nah. Don't you move on this groove. Hey, whatever you do, don't you get caught wearing blue up in the place or for your face. I watch what I do. I got on the cool and nothing but my red lipstick. Oh, nothing but my red lipstick. Oh, nothing but my red lipstick. Oh, nothing but my red lipstick. Nothing but my red lipstick. The year is 2012, and I'm feeling real good, like, woo.
Rick Rule, I'm back. DC's Got Talent, doing it big, living life like it's our last.
Myrna Dame, Diva Dame here. Our final DC Showcase talent, Miss Kaya. Adele said, "Fire to the rain."
I let it fall, my heart, and as it fell, you rose to claim it. And it was dark, and I was over. until you kiss my lips and you save me. My hands, they're strong, but my knees were far too weak to stand in your arms without falling to your feet. But there's a side to you that I never knew. All the things you say, they were never true. And the games you play, you would always win. But I set fire to the rain, watched it pour as I touch your face. Well, it burned, well, I cried, 'cause I heard it screaming out your name. When I lay with you, I could stay there, close my eyes, feel you here. Forever, you and me together, nothing is better. 'Cause there's a side to you that I never knew. All the things you say, they were never true. And the games you play, you would always win. But I set fire to the rain, watched it pour as I touch your face. Well, it burned, well, I cried, 'cause I heard it screaming out your name. I set fire to the rain as I threw us into the flames. Well, I felt something die, 'cause I knew that was the last time. Sometimes I wake up by the door. That heart you caught must be waiting for you. Even now when we're already over, I can't help myself from looking for you. I set fire to the rain, watched it pour as I touch your face. Well, it burned, well, I cried, 'cause I heard it screaming out your name. I set fire to the rain as I threw us into the flames. Well, I felt something die, 'cause I knew that was the last time. Let it burn, let it burn, ooh, let it burn, oh, and set fire to the rain.
Men of respect and ladies of distinction brings you the Blue Light Basement Concert Series benefit concert for breast cancer research.
Wake up, everybody, no more sleeping in bed.
Performing all their favorite hits, Harold Melvin's Blue Notes.
Wake up, all the teachers, time to...
Evelyn Champagne King. The Delphonics. And Blue Magic. Saturday, November 29th at the Showplace Arena. 623. That's Men of Respect. Call 240-893-4623.